to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this story time, the very first story time of 2024. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and turn on your post bell notifications. Hey y'all, happy new year. I'm so excited about this year, y'all. It's gonna be amazing. I just want to say thank you guys so much for sticking with me this long. Thank you for sticking along for the journey, for the ride. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'm always tell y'all that I never miss an opportunity to tell y'all how much I mess with y'all for real. Like, I've just enjoyed like all of the bonds that I've made with a lot of y'all since I started my YouTube journey, and I never expected it to like change my life as much as it has like this far, and it's only up from here. And I just hope everybody has a very prosperous, happy, peaceful, amazing year. I wish that for me, I wish that for y'all, and we gonna be good. So without further ado, let's get into the story time. So this is a story about how my old best friend wanted me. Like wanted me. Like had a crush on me, wanted me. Let's get into it. So for the sake of this video, we are gonna name my old best friend Piper, because I just saw this movie called Bound by Blood on Tubi. If y'all haven't seen that movie, please go watch it after you watch this story time, because it was chef kiss. That was a great movie. But one of the girls in the movie name was Piper, so we're gonna call her Piper. So me and Piper basically like grew up together. We became friends at this summer camp I used to go to, and I want to say the summer camp name, but I don't want to give too much. But I know like a few people from Columbia, because I basically might as well be from Columbia at this point, are subscribed to me and like follow me and stuff. And like I kind of want to say the name, but just know it was one of the summer camps in Columbia, because y'all know like they used to have like the summer camps at the recreational facilities or whatever. I went to one of those for years and years. And I met Piper through there because her mom was a counselor at the one that I went to. So everything was cool, and I really say like best friend. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, you know that I used to have problems with calling people best friends like too quick, like too fast. And I say best friend like wholeheartedly with her, because I feel like our relationship and our bond, like it grew naturally and like organically. Like we clicked, we hung out with each other at summer camp. That turned into like me spending the night at her house, her coming to my house. Like our moms became friends. Like it was like I actually like enjoyed talking to her, hanging out with her, spending time with her. We had stuff in common. She was funny, she was pretty. Like our bond literally like it grew authentically, and I really did consider her a best friend, right? So we fell out though, not like fell out like we had an argument and like we stopped messing with each other. It was just like I stopped going to this summer camp probably when I think like when I entered high school, because the age group that it goes up to is like I think it stops at 8th grade, and then you can choose to be a summer camp counselor, and I just wasn't interested in like doing that, so I just stopped going. And we just kind of like lost touch, not like anything like on purpose. It was just like I'm preparing to go to high school now. We're the same age, by the way, so she's preparing to go to high school, I'm preparing to go to high school. She lives in Columbia. Like most of the people who went to the summer camp, well, probably like all of them, honestly, except for me, went to the summer camp. They went to school together too. Like they lived near each other. They lived there. Like I'm the only one who stayed out of town. And the only reason why is because like my mama had a job in Columbia. So it was just like better for her to just drop me off. Whatever, it don't matter. So we just kind of like just fell out of touch or whatever. Not like fall out, but we just kind of like grew apart, which was fine. Like it's no love lost, like it's no bad blood, we're not beefing, no nothing, right? So this was like I said, like probably like 9th grade. A couple years go by, and she randomly finds me on Facebook one day, and she messaged me like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much, text me or call me like whenever you get a chance. And we was cool for like a few months, and then we fell out of touch again. Like we just grew apart again. Again, no reason, no specific reason. We not beefing, we not arguing, no nothing. We just grew apart. Like I got stuff going on in my life, she got stuff going on in her life, right? Okay, so now let's fast forward to 2021, because this happened when I was in high school. I graduated in 2014. Let's fast forward 7 years, right? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, had to make sure. I don't want nobody to call me slow. Let's fast forward 7 years, right? And I remember specifically it was 2021 because at first I thought it was 2020, but I know it was 2021 because that was the year that my papa passed, right? Keep that in mind. So I get this random request on Instagram one day, and it's her. And I don't normally like check my requests or anything like that, but one day I just decided to, and she had messaged me this long message about she had been trying to find me for so long. Like, she had been looking for me for all of these years, and she can't believe that she found my Instagram, and oh my gosh, call her whenever I get a chance, and like just all of this stuff. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like I found my best friend again. Like, sis, I missed you. And then she ended it with like, I love you so much or something. Now, like I said, we never like fell out, and like this was a genuine relationship and a bond that like I truly did care about. So I didn't mind like essentially like picking up where we left off. However, we got to like relearn each other, like the adult versions of ourselves. You feel me? Like, we were friends when we were kids, when we were teenagers, basically. Like, I don't know the adult Piper, and you don't know the adult Lauren. So we have to get to know each other. And I didn't mind that. Like, I'm all for it. Like I said, I actually did value this relationship. So yeah, let's do it. But the way she was like talking, it was like as if like we didn't skip a beat, like we had just talked last night type shit. And I'm just like, I don't know if I was like reading into that wrong or like what, but it just like, it gave me like an icky feeling. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just wasn't like, I wasn't gonna say like, oh, I love you too. Even though like I might do still like love you or like care about you, whatever. I don't know. That was just like weird to me. Like, I haven't talked to this person in 7 years, and then I'm just supposed to say like, okay, love you too, sis. Like, huh? So I messaged back and I said whatever I said, I can't remember. And then I remember I had texted her and I gave her my number. I mean, like, I texted her so she could have my number, and I just said like, hey, it's Lauren or something. And then she called me. Wait, because I hate unsolicited calls, y'all. I hate unsolicited calls. Like, we have to be so cool. Like, we have to be like this for you to just call my phone unannounced. Like, and if you so cool to call my phone unannounced and I answer, I probably do the same thing back to you. That's how cool we are. I hate unsolicited calls and unsolicited FaceTimes. Please do not ever get beside yourself and just think that you've been in FaceTime. Like, you got to be my sister, like my best friend, like to just call me and I'm just gonna be in the camera like looking like, hey. So she called me and I'm not even gonna hold you, I didn't answer because like, what the fuck. And plus I remember I was doing something for work, like I couldn't talk. So I texted her and I was like, hey, I'm busy right now, I can't talk. I can text for like the next couple hours. Like, do you mind if I call you back like a little later or whatever I said. And I remember she had texted back something like, oh, okay, like dot. Like, it was a whole bunch of dots. And then she was like, so you busy for real? Didn't I just say that? Now, this should have been a red flag to me, but again, I would just be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt the whole time. The benefit, be doubting and the doubt and just be there and I just whatever. So I'm just like, yeah, dot. So she was just like, okay. And she's trying to like carry on a conversation. Now, I don't mind texting. I'm not the type of person that's gonna be like texting you like you send a text at 101 and I send a text at 101 and 30 seconds. Like, I could be that type if you like my or something. Like, if we really having like an important conversation, but you're not talking about shit. Like, this is a conversation of you trying to like get to know me. Like, oh, so what's up? Like, what have you been up to? Like, I already can feel the vibes and I'm not interested in that right now. And plus, I told you I'm busy. Like, we can't have this conversation, just not right now. She was texting back hella fast, like double, triple texting. So I'm just like, okay, because you've been irritating me. And we just got back in contact. And I don't want you to irritate me. So let me just try to like take a step back for a second and do a refresh, a redo, because I don't want to get irritated with you and I don't want to cuss you out. So whatever, we're texting, I'm replying when I can, she's double texting, triple texting, whatever. So I finally get done with work. And she's like, oh, can you like finally talk now? So I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. So we get on the phone and we're, you know, just talking about life. At this point in my life, I'm married. At that point in her life, she's married. I'm asking her like, oh, who's her husband, because I know at one point she had been on and off with this one guy that she dated for a really long time, and I was like kind of like hoping like that was her husband, but she was just like, no, we stopped dating like the end of high school. Her husband is, we're not gonna even give him a name. Her husband is her husband. They met this way. And she just, you know, telling me about stuff. I remember at one point in the conversation, we had shared something that we had both like been through. So we kind of like trauma bonded off of that. I'm not gonna give like too much of her tea. Just know like something traumatic had happened in like both of our lives at like 2 different times or whatever. So we kind of just like bonded off of that. She's telling me, I'm asking about her mom and stuff, how she's doing. She has siblings. I'm asking about them. And like, I was really close with like her whole entire family. She asking me about my people. And then, yeah, she's telling me she has like 2 best friends now. One she met through her husband. The other one she met through her job. Like, and then she said that she must have told them like she got back in contact like with her childhood like best friend sister. She's so happy, like now she has like 3 best friends. And yeah, we just talking or whatever. And at one point when we were on FaceTime, because we talked for a while, her husband came home from work and he was just calling out for her like, hey, where you at or whatever. He was like, who you talking to? So she was just like, oh babe, remember I told you about Lauren, like she's on the phone right now, like remember I told you the girl who I grew up with, like from summer camp, like blah blah blah. So I don't know if I should have took this as a red flag or if like I was just looking too much into it. It was just kind of weird to me. So she like turns the camera like towards him. He's just like standing there like looking, like literally like Michael Myers, like. So I'm like, oh, hi, like, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Lauren, like, oh, I almost just said her name. Piper was just telling me, like, all about you. Like, it's so nice to meet you. Like, I'm that type of person when you meet me, like, bubbly, hi, how are you, smiley. We can hug if you want to. If you a hug person, I'm a hug person, but everybody not a hug person. So whatever you want to do, we can handshake, we can fist bump, we can whatever. Like, so he was just standing there. He just was like, literally didn't say nothing. So I'm like, okay, like, that was kind of weird, but okay. So she's just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna call you back or whatever. And she would do this thing where like, she would tell me, she would like call me back and get off FaceTime. Okay, hold on. I'm like talking too fast. I'm gonna explain more about that in a second. Okay, so I just realized I never touched back on this. But I was just gonna say, I would find her in like different scenarios where like we would be talking and like he would come home and she like, okay, so like this one time she ran in the bathroom, like we was on FaceTime, she ran in the bathroom, like it was normal, like we was having a normal conversation, we was on FaceTime, she ran in the bathroom because she heard him coming home and he was like walking through the house like calling out for her, and she had started like whispering, but I didn't know like what was going on. So of course I'm like asking her like, what's up, like I can't hear you, like why you started whispering. I guess she didn't like turn her phone volume down like enough or whatever. So he found her like in the bathroom, and then she set the phone down like on the counter because I was looking at the ceiling. She put the phone on mute, and then she like came back on the camera and she was like, I gotta get off FaceTime, I gotta go like cook for my husband or whatever, and then hung up. But she said like, I'm gonna like call you back like in a little while or like later, whatever she said, and then she never like called back, and then I didn't hear from her for like 2 days. It was like stuff like that. So it was giving almost kind of like she was like a little scared of him, but like I don't know for sure, but yeah, it was just weird. I don't know. So yeah, so we just catching up or whatever, and everything is cool. So like, let's fast forward like a couple months, because we kept in contact, y'all, for probably like 5, 6, 7 months at this point in 2021, up until we fell out for real. So she's the type, she want to text and talk all day long, literally all day long, and I'm not the type of person to do that, especially because like I be having shit to do. Like I don't mind like talking like throughout the day, but I'm not gonna be like back to back to back to back to back. Like what kind of job do you have where like, I know she didn't work from home, I can't remember like what kind of job she had, but it's just like, girl, like go do your job, we could talk like after you get off. Like it was just giving like she really like thought she was my nigga. And please remember that I said that because that's gonna be very ironic once you get to the end of this story. So, at one point we were talking about like college experiences and stuff like that, and I was telling her like about Sean and how that was like the most traumatic thing I had ever went through my whole entire life. Like, I'm telling her every single thing that I told y'all about Sean, every single thing. Probably some things that I told her like I didn't even tell y'all yet. So she was telling me how she dated a girl in college, and that had just like took me by surprise, because like I didn't even think like she was like that. And I'm not saying that in like an offensive way, it's just like I didn't even like know he was like into girls or whatever. So do y'all know, this girl said to me like, yeah, I've always been like kind of curious. And then she was like, can I tell you a secret? I'm like, yeah, what's the secret? She's like, I used to have a crush on you.
Y'all being stupid. Y'all being stupid, man. No, we're not doing that.
And here's my thing with that, right? I don't mind being friends with somebody who likes the same sex, right? I don't mind. I don't feel no type of way about that. As long as you don't cross a boundary with me, right? Like, as long as you keep it strictly platonic and you know I don't even play like that, because I don't even play like that. So it's just like me thinking back on like the relationship that we used to have and the bond that we used to have, like strictly platonic. Like, this was my girl. Like, I told her everything. Like, I feel like she was like my first for real. She was like my first for real, like best friend. Like, and whole time I'm over here thinking we besties for the resties, strictly platonic, and you got a crush on me like the whole time. Like, that's weird to me. That made me like feel some type of way. I'm not even gonna hold you. It don't even matter if we would have been 8 years old. Like, that made me feel some type of way. So she was like, yeah, I always had like a crush on you. And I would just like think back to like, we used to do everything together. Like, we used to go to the mall and stuff. Like, so say for instance, we used to go to the mall and we would go in stores and get clothes to try on. She would be like, oh, we could go to like the same dressing room, and like, oh, like we can like share a dressing room. And I wasn't comfortable with stuff like that back then. So I'm just like, no, like it's okay. Like, we don't got to do that. We could be like side by side, like we could be next to each other, but I don't want to get undressed in front of you. And now thinking back on it, like, you were sexualizing that. Like, you wanted me to get undressed in front of you because you had a crush on me. I'm not cool with that. And I don't like that. That actually like made my stomach hurt a little bit. And yeah, she just like kind of like laughed it off, and I kind of like got quiet. And then she was just like, yeah, like I never told you though. Like, I was just like confused back then. Like, I didn't want to like fuck up the friendship or whatever she said. And I'm just like, that's weird. So I'm telling Devin, and he's just like, she damn near might still have a crush on you. And I'm just like, no. Maybe she do. I don't like that. Like, don't cross that boundary with me. So now I know you're at least bisexual, because you've had a girlfriend. You're talking about you used to have a crush on me, and now you got a husband, right? So you like both male and female. Cool, right? So fast forward again some months. Oh, who the fuck keeps... Let me put my phone on do not disturb. What was I saying? Okay, so fast forward a couple more months. She's talking about coming to Orlando because she stays back in South Carolina. Well, at the time they stayed in South Carolina. She's talking about coming to Florida, like planning a trip. And the way she made this seem at first is like, she missed me so much. She wanted to rekindle things. She wanted to reconnect again. She's coming to Florida so we can hang out, right? And her husband was just coming along, like, just to come, right? So I'm like, okay, like, I'm trying to, like, plan stuff out. Like, we could go here, we can go here. I remember at one point I had said this one night I wanted to take her to this specific club. Like, we could get all, like, dressed up and, like, do our hair and our makeup and, like, get real cute. We could go to this club. And she's just like, no, that's not gonna work for me because I don't want to leave my husband. And like, rightfully so, like, I get it. Like, you don't want to like go on vacation like with your dude and you just go out with your girl and you just leave him in a hotel room. But I'm just like, oh no, like, he doesn't have to stay in a hotel by himself. Like, he could go out with Devin. Like, they can go to like a sports bar or something, or like watch a game or whatever guys do. Like, he doesn't have to be like by himself. And then she's just like, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm like, okay, so how about then all four of us like do something like during the day or like early evening, like that nighttime, like we all can do something. And she's just like, no, I don't want to do that. So what the fuck was your point in telling me that you was coming to Florida if you didn't want to hang out with me? Like, you could have literally just came and I would not have known anything. Like, what was the point of you telling me you was coming to Florida if I'm throwing out ideas on stuff that we can do and you don't want to do anything? So that had like really like irritate the fuck out of me, because I'm just like, you're a weirdo. Like, you're being weird. So she can see that like that irritated me. So she was just like, oh, I was really just like only like throwing that like idea out there. I haven't even really like said anything to him, because I think like her husband had like family in like Jacksonville or something, or Daytona. It was something like somewhere in Florida. She was just like, I don't even know if like we're coming for real. Like, that was just like something I was like throwing out there. That was not something she was throwing out there, y'all. Like, she had gave me like specific dates and times and shit. Like, she just needed to like book up, like, I don't even think they was gonna go like fly. She just needed to like take off of work. Like, she gave me like specific time stamps, and now it's just the idea that she was throwing out there. So I'm just like, okay, this bitch is a fucking weirdo. So fast forward again, and I'm just telling y'all like different instances on how this was like kind of weird to me, and then what led us to fall out or whatever. So this is the most important part to me, so follow me on this, right? So I remember one day we were on the phone just talking about something random, and I don't know how my sisters came up. So remember how I told y'all, just take it back a little bit. Remember how I told y'all she used to want to like go to like the same dressing room and stuff with me when we was kids, and like I wasn't comfortable with that. So fast forward now, if I'm cool with you, if you've ever been like super duper close with me, like you can ask my sisters, you can ask any of my old best friends, I will get naked in front of my friends. I do not care. I will take my whole ass out. I will get butt, booty, ass naked in front of my friends. Change my clothes, whatever. I do not care. Because I'm so comfortable around you, because I know you're not going to try me like that, right? Like, I've gotten naked in front of my friends who have never told me, oh, I like you in a romantic way. Like, it's strictly platonic. Like, I don't mind you getting undressed in front of me. I don't mind getting undressed in front of you, because I'm not even looking at you like that. Like, I'm not even sexualizing you like that, right? So I remember I had just told her like, oh, because me and my sisters, like, we are like close, y'all. And this may be weird to somebody. It's not weird to me. And of course, these are not like my blood sisters, but me and my sisters are like so close. Like, we would like send nudes in the group chat, and not even on no freak ass shit like that, but it's just like, you know, you taking nudes and you want to like send this to your nigga, I would drop the nudes in the group chat like, these hitting on something, or like what, like these shit's fire, or like what, and they would approve the news, and then I would go ahead and send them where they was supposed to go. Not like we was just like, ooh bitch, let me see your booty. Like, no, not like that. But if I want to drop an ass pic in the group chat, I'm gonna drop an ass pic in the group chat, because they just gonna geek my head up like, yeah bitch, that shit poking for real. Like, it wasn't on no shit like, oh, I like your ass, let me eat it, or no shit like that. No, it wasn't like that. So of course I'm comfortable with like doing shit like that, because I'm comfortable with my sisters, right? And that's my business, that's my prerogative. You don't gotta agree with it, you don't gotta even do what I do. That's just how I was moving, right? So I remember I can't remember how we got on the topic of this, right? I cannot remember, but somehow, some way I said something, and I was just like, yeah, we all, like, me and my sisters, like, we always do that. Like, we've shared like very like intimate things like with each other. And she started to press me, y'all, on why I don't send her ass pics. Like, she was like, wow, you send like nudes and like ass pictures like to your sisters, like I'm supposed to be your best friend, like why I don't ever get to like approve no nudes. Keep in mind, this was after she told me she had a crush on me. This was after she told me that. So why the fuck would I send you some nudes after you told me you've had like romantic or sexual whatever type of feelings towards me? Why would I do that? So you could just have my big fat juicy ass sitting in your phone looking at it? No, we're not doing that. So I was just like, oh, like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I don't really feel like comfortable like doing that or whatever. And she kept pressing me like, what do you mean you don't feel comfortable? Like, I'm supposed to be your best friend. And I'm like, okay, like that very well may be true. And at this point, she's throwing that best friend word around, and like, I'm not calling her my best friend at this point. She's a good friend of mine that I'm reconnecting with, and we can build back up that relationship. But I'm not saying best friend at this time. And yes, I probably should have corrected her or like stopped her, whatever. But I was just thinking we was best friends at one point, so it's not bothering me as much as like this like was like a stranger calling me best friend. So whatever, I'm not clocking it. But she really like was feeling some type of way, y'all. Like she was like, wow, like if you send yours, I'll send mine. I don't want to see yours though. That's the thing. Like, I'm not asking to see yours. I don't want to see yours. And I'm really just trying to figure out like why she's making this a thing. Like when I say she was pressing me, y'all, she was pressing me. Like, what do you mean? Like, why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? So I'm just like, just did it. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm never gonna send you no nudes. I'm never gonna send you nothing. Like, I don't want to do that. And that's just what it is. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know. Like, I was saying like, that's weird to me that you even like feeling some type of way. Like, I don't know, it just sounds like very like weird and creepy. I don't know, just like drop it before you like irritate me for real. And she used to have this thing where like she would not want me to get irritated or mad with her. Like if I got upset with her, it was like the end of her world. Like I felt like she was like obsessed with me. I don't know, I don't like saying shit like that because it makes me seem like I'm conceited or something, and I'm the furthest thing from that. I'm not full of myself or nothing, but I'm just telling y'all like how I felt. Like, why are you pressing me about some weird shit like this? So piggybacking off of that, so now at this point the timeline is, you told me you had a crush on me back when I thought we was just strictly platonic ass best friend sisters. You pressed me about sending nudes and booty pictures to your phone. Why can't you approve them? You supposed to be my best friend. Now another random ass night on the phone, whatever, I let that shit slide. I'm letting hella shit slide on the phone again. And she was just also very, very comfortable telling me a lot of things that like, I mean, like, I guess you could tell people that you like close to, I don't know, like people believe in like different stuff. She was just very comfortable like sharing with me details about her and her husband's sex life. I never asked, I never cared to know these things. I kind of just like let her talk. And it was just like very weird to me. I never like shared anything specific like with her, like, oh, me and my nigga, we do XYZ, and I'll be swinging from the damn ceiling fan and doing backflips on the dick. Like, I wasn't like saying no shit like that, but she was just like explaining to me like very detailed things about her sex life, and I'm just like, whoa. So at one point she was like, have you ever considered having a threesome? Can I say that word on YouTube? I don't know. Have you ever considered having a, you know? And I'm just like, no, I have not. And let me tell y'all why I have never. I was gonna say maybe I changed my mind now, but I have not. I have never considered doing that because I have a fear, like a very, very huge fear, that I do decide, okay, let me just be on some, you know, like spontaneous shit, like you only live once type shit, right? And we do it. And I bring this girl into my relationship and into my bed. And then she tries to go and have a twosome with my man behind my back. Now I have to, the both of y'all, I don't want to do that. I'm too pretty to go to prison. I don't want to do that. So to avoid all of that, chaoticness, is that a word? It's gonna be a word today. I really never gave a fuck. To avoid all of that, no, I'm not doing that. No, absolutely not. I don't care. I've thought about it though. I've thought about it, and it's a few women that I would be like, yeah. Even if I'm not gonna say too much. But yeah, so long story short, the answer is no. So she gets to saying like, oh, I can't remember if she said they did one or they were considering one. It was like either they had did one, they're considering about doing another one, or they hadn't, but they're considering doing it. Right? Like either way, she wanted to do it. So she was just like, yeah, clock this, clock it. Okay, keep up with me. She's describing what she thinks like her ideal candidate would be, right? Now, if you know me in real life, if you ever seen me, if you follow me on Instagram, whatever. I'm tall, I'm slim, I'm light skinned, I got long legs, whatever, right? That's like a broad description of somebody, like the tall, light skinned girl, the skinny, tall, light skinned girl, right? That could be a lot of people. This bitch goes to say, because at this point, this is my color hair. I had colored my hair auburn at this point. Light skin, like a lighter skin complexion. I really like the reddish looking hair, like a ginger, like auburny. I really like freckles. When she said freckles, and then she paired it with the auburn ginger, and then the light skin, and she was like, I really love like long legs. You're describing me. You're describing me. So I'm shocked in a way, but also it's kind of like almost expected, because like Devin had already like planted the seed in my head, like, what if this bitch still got a crush on you? So I'm not all the way too shocked, but like, damn, you really was just gonna say it like that? So I said some shit, like, I laughed, because you know, like when you uncomfortable, you don't know what to do but laugh. I was that uncomfortable, so I laughed, and I said like, whoa, why it sound like you describing me? And it got quiet on the phone. And she was like, I mean, you mean what, bitch? Not in this lifetime or the next lifetime? Would I ever have a nothing with you and your man? Not in this lifetime or the next lifetime. Take me off the list. Don't even consider me as a contender. Take me off that motherfucker right now. Not in this lifetime or the next, bitch. What are you talking about? You describing how I look. Talk about, I said, you mean what? She said, I mean, like, no, not necessarily. I mean, like, I really love, like, all of your features, but I know, like, you specifically, like, wouldn't be down to, like, do anything like that. As long as you fucking know. So what, you was just gonna go get somebody who looked exactly like me? What you was gonna do, fantasize that it was me? That's weird. That's weird. Oh, also, y'all, here go my nails. This is why y'all need to follow me on Instagram, because I already posted them. This is my favorite. But anyways, I was like, yeah, that's weird. And I feel like this was like the beginning of the downfall of this fucked up, rekindled ass friendship, or whatever you want to call the relationship, bond, whatever. She kind of like low-key wanted me to be her side bitch. Like, I don't know, maybe she wanted to be in a poly relationship with me and her weird ass husband. I don't know what's going on. But okay, again, let that shit slide, because she tried to like clean it up. She didn't like directly like say like, yes, I'm talking about you, but the way you just like played it, it was really like the freckles comments. Because I don't know a lot of people with freckles. Like, I know a handful of people with freckles, and like 9 times out of 10 they're my cousins, because duh, like we got the same like blood. Like, yes, we have freckles. So I'm just like, you really just try to like throw that out. Like, that's not like a general like broad description of somebody. Like, if you're gonna say that shit, put a name on it. Be like, yeah, I do. Me and my man, we want to fuck you. And then I will proceed to hang up in your face, block you. Don't ever contact me ever again, because why the fuck would you even be playing with me like that? Let that shit slide. I don't know why I let that shit slide. I always tell y'all, I be trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but the benefit be doubting, and I don't like that. So this was the nail in the coffin for me, y'all. So y'all know, in 2021, if you're not new here, if you've seen that Puerto Rico story time, like I said, still one of my very most controversial stories that I've ever told on YouTube. People hate me for the way that I was moving. I never gave a fuck. Like I always tell y'all, go talk to God about it. I don't care. I was fucked up. I was fucked up in August, starting in August of 2021. And let me just say this. I feel like when you grieving somebody, you never really like get over that grief. At least not for me. And if you know me in real life and you knew anything, sorry, I hate that little white stuff that get on your lips whenever you been talking for too long. If you know anything about me, You know me in real life. If you knew anything about my grandpa, you know that was like my first dad for real. Like, he helped raise me for real. Like, I was extremely close with my papa. Me and my 2 other sister cousins, we still argue to this day about who was his favorite. Our group chat is called Papa's Favorites. I got him tatted on me multiple times. Like, that man, like, that fucked me up when he passed away. And if you were actively following me on social media, like, in that time, like present time, I was crashing out on my Instagram stories. Like, I was crashing out, I was crying. If you didn't watch the Puerto Rico story time, basically, my papa had been sick for like a really long time. It was like the last days of his life. I was away in Puerto Rico for like 4 or 5 days. He was sick, and then hospice was mentioned. And then they said he got better, and then he didn't, and then he died the day after my birthday while I'm still in Puerto Rico. I was just like really fucked up. Like, me and Devin, we had like one of the biggest arguments that we had ever had, like the night of my birthday, like before I found out like he died. So like, I'm waking up, my head is already all fucked up from that. My mom called me, told me he passed away. I'm breaking down, I'm heartbroken. The people that I'm on the trip with couldn't give a less about me. I'm literally like in real life, real time, crashing the fuck out. So needless to say, I was just not in the best headspace, right? Like, everything was just like, everything was fucked up, and rightfully so. Like, that was my heart. Like, that shit still fucks with me like to this day. But anyways, I done lost my damn train of thought. Okay, so I'm posting on social media that he passed away. I'm posting pictures, I'm posting black screens with words, I'm posting Bible verses, I'm posting everything. Like, I'm crashing the fuck out, right? So I came back from Puerto Rico, and I got on the road immediately to go to South Carolina because we had to plan his funeral and stuff. So she knows at this point that my papa has died, right? And my thing is this, right? People who were like close to me, people who called me their friend, people who I've been there for, people who I've just made myself available to physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, whatever. Like, if I fuck with you and you fuck with me, and I call you my friend and you call me your friend, I get that not everybody knows what to say to somebody whenever they're grieving, but sometimes you don't even have to say anything. Like, I just need you here with me. You don't even have to say, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Oh, like, just come sit with me. Just come lay eyes on me and make sure that I'm okay. Like, just give me a hug. Like, it's not like I wasn't expecting people to send me long ass fake texts with Google responses on how you address somebody who's grieving the loss of like a loved one. But damn, just like make sure like, Lo, you good? I'm just checking on you. I'm just calling you. I just wanted to hear your voice. Like, that's the type of friend that I am. And no, you can't get mad at somebody for not acting the way that you want them to. However, I like to surround myself with like-minded people, meaning if that's how I move with you, I want you to feel that same way about me, right? And this is, keep in mind, this is somebody who has come back into my life, and you using that best friend title. That's why you should never like throw around best friend, any of that, because like that title carries like a lot of weight. That's a lot of pressure, right? Like, you're supposed to be my best friend, right? According to you. She knew I was on the road going to South Carolina. And I think I got there like the day before my papa's funeral. Let's just say the day before. I did not hear from this girl that whole day. She didn't make sure I got there safely. I'm traveling, like I'm still crashing out, y'all. Like, I'm not in the best headspace. This is not a good time for anybody to be driving. She didn't make sure I got there safe. I could be laid out in the ditch. I could be with my papa right now. I could be unalive. Like, you wouldn't even know. She didn't make sure I got there safe. She didn't text me that whole entire day. Mind you, she knew when my papa's funeral was. This was somebody I was so close with. She's been to my people's house before. She's been to my grandparents' house before. She knows their address. She could have popped up on me. You live in South Carolina, G. like not even too far from my hometown. Didn't say nothing to me that whole entire day. And I just remember, I know I was like feeling some type of way. And it was just like on me. It was on me. It was on me. Because I'm just like, how you fuck with me so hard? And I was crashing out on my story at this point too. Because it's not just her. It was other people too that like, I thought like we was better than that. And y'all didn't say shit to me. I'm just like, fuck you. If you thought we was friends and you ain't reach out to me, fuck you. We not friends. I'm like, I'm crashing out so bad. So I remember it was like 11 something at night. She let that whole entire day pass by, y'all. That whole entire day. Literally the whole day. She didn't text me that morning. She didn't text me after his funeral. She was, and mind you, she would be the first one looking at my stories. The very first one. If not the first one, like the second or third. You actively watching my shit. And you not call, text, bitch, a message in a bottle, not nothing, a bat signal in the damn sky, nothing. I text that girl at 11 whatever that night, and I cussed her clean the fuck out. I called that girl every single name in the book but a child of God. I cussed her out so bad, and I said, I better not ever hear from you ever the fuck again. Like, and I don't think that I'm wrong. And listen to me right now. If you watching this and you disagree and you finna tell me low, I never give a fuck. I still don't give a fuck. You could tell me till you blue in the face you was wrong. I don't think I was wrong, and I'm not changing what I said. I can't change what I said, and if I could do it again, I would probably say more. I don't think that I was wrong for that. How you call yourself my best friend, and you trying to be on this weird ass freak shit with me, and do all of this extra shit, but you can't even reach out to me when I need you. Not saying like I needed her for real, like but like, come on, bro. Like, we supposed to be like rekindling something. And you couldn't eat. I cussed that, and the message was long. I made sure that she delivered, and I blocked her. I sure did. I sure the fuck did. I cussed her out and I blocked her, and I never ever heard from her ever again. And rightfully so. Like, because I told you, I better not ever, I can't remember if I said like, I better not hear from you, or I better not see you, and I wasn't gonna do no dumb shit like go and put my hands on her or nothing, but it was definitely gonna be some type of confrontation. Like, is you for real right now? Is you good? Is you cool? I don't think so. So, yeah, that was that weird ass friendship. Oh, y'all, I missed a key part of this. And this kind of like also like tied into why I was kind of just like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. So remember I told y'all how she had two best friends, like the adult best friends. Okay, the clock how weird her best friends were, right? We're really just one of them. So she had told her best friends like, oh, I reconnected with my childhood sister, best friend for life, whatever. Now I got three best friends. One time she had put us all in a group chat. Can't remember why. It was some weird shit. I don't think we were supposed to like do something together or nothing. It was like very like random and weird. But long story short, it ended up just being me and Piper like really like talking to each other in the group chat, which was like weird because nobody was saying nothing. And one of the best friends had responded to something that I said one time. And then she hurried up and double text and said like, oh my bad, I meant to put that in our OG group chat, like meaning like just the three of them. So I'm just like, and if you're not new to my channel, you know I always told y'all trios never work for me. So if trios never work for me and y'all are already a trio, why would I want to be the fourth member of a full-on girl band at this point? I don't want to be the fourth member of the girl group. I don't want to. So you got it. I'm cool. So then it turned into like the best friend like low-key like stalking me. Like she really like never ever talked to me, held a conversation with me, nothing, right? Besides like that one text message that she sent in a group chat. She tried to double back and say, oh, she didn't mean to say that to me. She would watch my story, y'all, for like months, like 2-3 months. She would be like the first one to view my shit. Wouldn't follow me, wouldn't like a picture, not nothing. So one day I just stumbled upon her page, and I'm going through her story. And she flooded her story with like pictures of her and Piper and the other girl. She's saying shit like, we the OGs, no new friends, my clique good, Three is never a crowd. Like little shit like this. Like I feel like she was like slick trying to throw shade. And I'm just like, well, it's good for you because I don't want to be a part of this funky ass group anyway. What is you talking about? Huh? Make it make sense. So that was also like some weird shit. I meant to say that, but yeah, y'all, it was just like a lot of like ickiness that I was getting from just reconnecting with her. But that grandpa shit with my grandpa, that was like the nail in the coffin for me. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with you. And literally anybody who I was friends with before this and they did not reach out to me to make sure like I'm even just good mentally, because when I say I was crashing out, y'all, I was crashing the fuck out. I had people like reaching out to me that like I hadn't even talked to in like the longest time, like, hey, I'm just making sure like you good, over people who I had quite literally just spent whole vacations with, been talking to like frequently, like daily. So yeah, anybody who I had like fake friendship with before that and they didn't reach out, I'm not cool with those people no more. I'm not friends with those people no more. They blocked. I could give a fuck less, but you can go play in traffic. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, that was that. I don't know what the fuck she got going on in her life right now. I really couldn't care less. Hope she doing good. Just stay away from me with your weird ass. Could y'all have imagined if I did send her this scrumptious, delicious, juicy ass to her phone? She would have just been looking at it. Bitch, you wish, ho. So yeah, y'all, that was the time that my best friend basically was in love with me. That's what I'm gonna call it. That's what I'm gonna say. And yeah, we're not friends no more, so oh well. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you, but you already knew that. Make sure you are subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let's talk about it in the comments. Turn on your post bell notifications. I really wanted to do an unpopular opinion video, but I feel like I didn't have enough topics, so maybe we'll save that for next week. I also need to figure out what platform people use to do the anonymous questions, because y'all keep telling me y'all want to ask me stuff. So maybe I'll do that next week. I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna figure it out. It really don't matter. So whatever video, I'm probably gonna do read confessions after this. I'm not even gonna hold you. Sorry, I'm rambling. I got cotton mouth. That's how I know I've been talking for too long. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow for whatever video it is, and then I'm gonna see y'all next week for 2 brand new videos. So bye y'all.